Hello guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. Today I'm going to explain 2022 comedy drama movie called The Woman Who Was Kept on a Shelf. Amelia is a 6-year-old girl who, just like any kid, wants to play and have fun. However, her mother does not want her to waste time on those things. Amelia is often forced to participate in beauty pageants and other fashion shows. The selfish mom mentions that if she has to choose between her daughter's intelligence and her beauty, she will always pick the latter. The little girl also starts believing that her mom is right, so she makes it her dream to become a fashion model. Several years pass and Amelia has fulfilled her dream. She has become a top supermodel with the world at her feet. Hundreds and thousands of eager fans flock to her shows to catch a glimpse of her. However, despite the lavish nature of her profession, Amelia also feels bored and lonely. This is because of the annoying paparazzis that always surround her, the friends who only care about her status, and the rich people who simply treat her as a commodity. So, one day, when she meets a caring and handsome guy named Harry, she immediately falls in love with him. Harry is a real estate businessman who was amassed millions over the course of his career, but despite his richness, he is a passionate lover who treats Amelia like a princess and always makes her feel wanted. Their romantic fling soon turns into a serious relationship, and Amelia moves into the millionaire lavish house. For the first few weeks, everything goes well, and Amelia lives some of the happiest moments of her life. She sometimes wonders if she is in a fairy tale, with everything perfect around her. However, one morning, the fairy tale wood around her suddenly begins to crumble. Amelia wakes up to a loud noise, and when she heads to Harry's room, she finds him assembling a large shelf on the wall. Confused, Amelia inquires what's going on, and Harry replies that he is making this shelf for her, thinking that it's for her large collection of shoes. Amelia happily thanks him, but Harry reveals that it's not for the shoes, but for her. He wants Amelia to sit on the shelf all the time so that he can stare at her and get motivation. Harry mentions that he does not want to take his eyes off of something so beautiful. Moreover, he believes that this will boost his work rate as well. Hearing all this, Amelia is a bit weirded out and she hesitates to comply since she is a supermodel. She has to travel the world and give important interviews all the time. However, Harry explains that an extraordinary girl like her does not have to live an ordinary life. She should just quit her job and stay with him in this very room, gazing at him from the shelf. Harry promises to take care of her in the best way possible, buying her expensive dresses and feeding her with delicious meals. He also vows to worship her every day before going to work. Amelia is still a bit skeptical about the idea, but when Harry mentions that it would mean the world to him, she finally accepts. Following this, Harry helps her onto the shelf and gazes at her for a while. He says that this is a life which many people can only dream of. After he leaves to prepare breakfast, Amelia, who is now on top of the shelf, starts pondering if she made the right choice. Some days later, the couple finally decides to get married. However, even on this special day, Amelia sits atop the shelf. She is clad in a lovely outfit, and hundreds of wealthy people stare at her beauty in awe. After the celebrations are over, Harry climbs onto the shelf and two make passionate love. This signals the start of their rather confusing relationship. As the days pass, Amelia tries her best to keep herself busy on the shelf. She reads magazines, puts on makeup, and even performs basic exercises. She makes very loud noises while exercising, which disrupts Henry's calls with his clients. However, rather than being angry, he maintains his creepy smile and says that the business calls are actually disturbing him from seeing his beautiful wife. Henry further pampers Amelia by continuing to bring her bouquet of flowers, expensive jewelry, and chocolates. It appears as if the lovebirds are going to set the benchmark for the happiest couple ever, but soon things start deteriorating. Henry gets bored of his wife, so he starts giving her less attention by the day. He no longer brings her gifts and gets annoyed when she makes the exercise noises. Henry does not even want to chat with her anymore and ignores her all the time. Because of this, Amelia has become a merry decoration in his room. Her dreams of living a fairy tale life have all but ended. With Henry now cold and distant to her, Amelia often tries initiating conversations with the housekeeper, but even the latter is ordered to not respond more than "hello" and "how are you?" In a desperate attempt to make things right, one day Amelia puts on her best outfit, hoping she can entice her husband back. However, to her dismay, Henry does not even bat an eye towards her. Instead, he complains about not getting enough sunlight, so he shifts his desk to another side. Now, Amelia can't even see her husband's face, and for the first time, she breaks down in desperation. Following this, the movie fast forwards by 3 years. Amelia still sits atop the shelf. She has become a prisoner in her own house. At this point, she has not even seen her husband in months, as Henry never ventures inside this room anymore. Amelia hopes and prays that he will change his attitude and treats her like a princess once again. But he slowly goes away from her life. So one day, fed up with her situation, Amelia finally decides to get off the shelf. However, it is not an easy task, as after all these years of living on the shelf, both her physical and mental states are weak. When Amelia looks down, she sees that the height between her and the ground is a lot, but in reality it is only a few feet. Despite this, she is determined to get down and end her nightmare once and for all. At first, she drops one of her shoes to check how long it takes to strike the ground. However, her brain once again gives her false calculations, terrifying her. Amelia then drops her second shoe, but the result is no different. The risk far outweighs the reward. But she does not want to rot in this state forever, so Amelia decides to give it a shot. She slowly climbs down the shelf, and at one point she even clings onto one of the ledges precariously. However, when she cannot hold it any longer, she falls. In Amelia's perspective, it is a frightening fall from thousands of meters, but when she hits the ground, she is left unharmed. In this way, Amelia has finally touched the ground after years of being on the shelf. She somehow manages to get on her feet, as her atrophied legs are not used to walking. Then she heads out and feels the cool breeze, making her overjoyed. In the next scene, Amelia goes all sorts of things that a child would do. She dips her legs into the swimming pool, throws a bunch of tennis balls on the ground, and dances her way throughout the house. After this, she puts on her shoes and hitches a ride on a mail truck. When Amelia reaches the city, she is flabbergasted to witness the fast-moving society. All these years of confinement have taken a toll on her mindset, but now she is a bird unleashed. Amelia dances around the busy streets, delighted that she is a part of the society once again. She hugs the mail truck which brought her here, talks to strangers, and even rides around the city in a random man's scooter. Soon, Amelia reaches the beach area, where she continues her childish antics. She dances with a stranger, tears off a man's parking ticket, chases a dog, and interrupts a yoga class. After this, she makes her way to the beach, which used to be her favorite place before she became a trophy on the wall. There, seeing her dance, some random people suddenly join her Bollywood style and have a fun time. Then Amelia jumps into the sea and starts swimming like fish. She is having the best time of her life with no sense of worry in her mind. However, reality soon comes crashing to her in the form of a huge wave as Amelia gets out of the sea totally soaked in water. She begins shivering with cold. She heads over to a couple of strangers to ask for a towel, but this time they are not in the mood to entertain her. Dejected, Amelia wanders around the town until she comes across a makeup store. Inside, she notices some woman getting pretty makeovers and compares it with her face, which is totally messed up due to dirt and washed up mascara. Amelia feels terrible for her state, so she ventures inside the shop and uses the free samples to clean up her face. In a matter of minutes, she returns to her pretty self, making her feel confident. As Amelia prepares to leave, one of the store clerks, Jordan, approaches her and curiously asks if she is a makeup artist. Jordan is astounded as to how she was able to put on such lovely makeup so quickly. However, Amelia reveals that she is actually a wall trophy, whose only job is to please a rich millionaire. Jordan is slightly surprised by the strange profession, but she does not judge Amelia for it. Instead, she mentions that if one is happy with their job, no matter how manual or small it is, life will always be good. Amelia responds by echoing her late mother's words, who always prioritized beauty over intelligence. However, Jordan corrects her by saying that she can be both at the same time. Hearing this, Amelia's perspective of the world changes in an instant. The first thing she does is head home and destroy the shelf that kept her hostage for all these years. Now she is free not only physically but also psychologically. The movie then skips to 1 year in the future. Amelia, using both her beauty and intelligence, has opened her own makeup store, which she has named Amelia. It is a huge success and hundreds of people line up on the streets to catch a glimpse of her exemplary products. Inside the store, surprisingly, Amelia is once again seen sitting on a shelf. Above her is a neon lit sign which reads, "Let everyone look." Amelia wants everyone to notice her beauty and intelligence, with the help of which she has become a successful businesswoman. She is proud that she has finally achieved something commendable in her life. However, when the clients come into her store, they don't judge in conversation. They simply say hi or hello, just like her former housekeeper did. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.